Hello. I'm Ophelia. Ian is off tonight. I don't know what doing. I heard he was out drinking the other night.
The other night.
Takes him 5 weeks to recover.
He just sent an email this morning and said, I need a personal day. You know what personal day means to me? I'm hungover and I can't get out of bed.
That means he still has the guy to come.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go too crazy.
It's 8 o'clock at night. It's time for another drink, yeah.
And we have a very special guest with us tonight, Jamie, who is going to be our straight girl for the night. Yay, let's hear for Jamie.
Welcome, Jamie.
Aren't we a lovely group?
I don't know what's the vibe tonight. You know, I just ate a big meal, so I'm kind of like, ugh, I want to go home and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm on antibiotics this week.
And you want babies in your coffee?
Yes, because we were just talking about
this. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
I said because they say you can't drink on antibiotics.
Yes.
And
that's not true.
Right, and then all of the alcoholics of the group.
All the alcohol. I think that includes everyone.
That's what I'm saying. All of us here at this table.
I wouldn't drink as much as normal.
That's what.
Yeah.
Or if you drink as much as me, you don't need antibiotics.
Do you drink a lot?
No, I was just joking.
I mean,
probably.
I can make a little intervention right now.
It depends on what you consider a lot.
Yeah. But do you drink every day?
I heard, for the most part, yes.
Yeah.
Unless
Jamie,
it's
pull your
January or Lent.
They can't hear you.
Oh. Sorry.
Think of it as a penis.
Ew. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. She is straight.
I heard that you can drink on antibiotics.
You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to drink and you're not supposed to go in the sun and I don't know what else you're supposed to do. I think it's just a ploy that because they don't want you to do that stuff anyways.
Oh, your birth control won't work as well.
Yeah, no,
I swallow. That is my birth control.
It stops the effect of the antibiotics when you drink.
It does?
Yes, bitch. Trust me. I know. I drink.
So then you really aren't supposed to drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything.
I've had a doctor tell me that it actually doesn't affect it. Like that it really doesn't do anything. It's like they'll tell you that because you're sick and should not be drinking at the same time because it will slow down.
Should not.
Yeah, it'll slow down your body from like healing and getting better yourself, but it's not doing anything to the antibiotics themselves. But also because you're on them, you're also gonna get drunk faster.
And it depends on the kind of antibiotic. Yeah. It says on the bottle. Did you read the bottle?
Yeah, no,
it say don't drink alcohol.
Oh no, I did not put my glasses up to read the bottle.
Working.
But you know what? Speaking of alcohol and all of that, the other myth, because there's tons of alcohol myths, you know, and you work in alcohol, and you drink a lot, so they say well, I'm with you, so it's, except for this weekend, they say that diet soda pops, doesn't necessarily have to be Coke, it can be whatever, diet soda, whatever it is, doubles the effect of alcohol.
I've heard that.
Diet soda, or I heard any soda, anything with carbonation.
Carbonation does, but I've heard that
There's
as well.
something with a diet.
Yeah.
If you order like a diet whiskey, it will double the effects of the alcohol.
I gotta try that. It'll be cheaper to drink.
Why? I drink vodka soda. I've never.
Is it diet?
Soda water. It's the gay boys drink. Because that's fewer calories. Yeah, soda water. Well, Diet Coke's terrible for you, right?
I don't know.
So are antibiotics and smoking and drinking.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, I quit the smoking thing, and I would also like to say since I quit smoking, I have been like sick since. I've either had a cold or now I have a sinus infection.
It happened to my friend too.
Because you need a stress release. What's your new stress release? You walk all the time.
I walk all the time. Do what?
Do you jerk off a lot?
No.
Like she'd admit that.
Huh?
Like she'd admit that.
I do.
I would admit it, yeah. I mean, hello, I'm the one that, if I get bored driving out to, are you handing that to me? When I get bored, Joyce brought me my drink for the night. I will not say that anything's been added or not. Oh, that is the best Starbucks I've had in a long time.
It's mixed with erythromycin.
Speaking of, and, just kind of going on, we all drink here. And we all drink, do you drink Starbucks?
Yes.
Starbucks?
Every now and then.
I try to support local coffee shops when I can, but I do like my coffee.
Coronado, which I think is kind of interesting.
They're going to have booze.
They're going to have booze at their Starbucks starting next month, I believe.
It's a test market thing, and they're starting with Coronado and a couple other places. They're doing wine.
In San Diego, only Coronado. But which I find fascinating.
Wait, it's wine and coffee. It's not like
They're gonna
Bailey's
offer
or
wine.
Kahlua.
I think it's stupid.
It doesn't make I wouldn't go to Starbucks for wine. I would get Kahlua in my coffee or Bailey's or something. But
I think they're watering down their brand. It's just you don't go to Starbucks to have coffee. It's like, oh, you don't go to Starbucks to hang out. You just go to have quick coffee. You go to Starbucks because you just want to get your coffee fast and get out and get in your car and go where you're going.
Starbucks to get late.
But I don't understand why you would. Okay, what I don't understand is several things. Is I would not put. I don't understand why they're putting alcohol at Starbucks. But that to me it just doesn't make sense. Secondly, why they're doing it the one in Coronado when Coronado is the one city in San Diego that is so anti-franchise
and conservative.
And so why they would test market there.
No, wait, are they doing booze and wine? I just thought they were doing only wine.
Well, they're getting their alcohol license, so...
I think they just have like a wine and beer license. If they had spirits, that'd be cool, because, I mean, who wouldn't want a Bailey's in coffee?
But I feel like it'd be really hard for them to do that.
You can't take it to go.
You can't take it to go.
Yeah.
And if it can't be in the same cup, they'd have to get, like, red cups.
Hey, you better have an ocean view or something.
Yeah.
Why would you hang out at Starbucks?
I'm on Coronado, it's not an ocean view. Do I get an extra shot as a gold card holder? Yes. It's a reward point. Do they help? Yeah, I don't understand.
I guess some people hang out at Starbucks and bring out their laptop and stuff. But me personally, I would rather go to like a local place, a local wine shop or a local coffee shop if I'm going to hang out. If I go to Starbucks, it's because I don't have another option.
This is what you see in Starbucks. Grinder.
What, the ones in Hillcrest?
Grinder, yeah. In North Park.
Although I will say the one in Hillcrest here on University, they put in some really cool heaters. Have you guys seen those heaters that they have?
The one by Ono Sushi?
Yeah. Really cool heaters on them. I don't know. I thought they were glad I didn't see those heaters.
So the grinder people,
they're like infrared. I don't know. They're really.
I go to Starbucks not for the alcohol or the coffee, but for the heaters. There you go.
I'm like, really? I'm like, then you need to go to the one on University. You'll love it.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
My neighbor was talking about Grindr the next day, saying that Grindr people hang out at Starbucks, and he was talking about Grindr. He's like, well, look, he's like just 450 feet away is this guy. He was totally hot. I was like, really, 450 feet away? And then I saw him pull in the driveway with the dude. He brought him over. I was like, wow.
So wait, he picked up a guy up from Grindr?
From Grindr. That lived around the corner from us. And then he showed me the picture, and then I saw him pull in with the guy.
That is nasty. They don't have that for straight people, do they?
They do.
What is that? That's the blender.
Blender.
Yeah.
The blender is...
It's full of trannies.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Well, because...
Well, I'm not in it, but...
Would you
there
ever,
is a lot of trannies on it.
As a straight one, would you ever go on a site like that?
You know what it is.
Out of curiosity, probably for fun.
Yeah, it's
not,
like me.
not because I meant it.
I go on Craigslist just when I'm bored and curious,
Yeah.
you know. And I ended up with this date tonight, so.
So there.
I posted it Friday.
Yeah. I don't get the whole. Well, I've said this a zillion times. I'm on Grindr and I'm on Scruff. I'm on all of. I have accounts on all of them, and Adam for Adam and all of those.
Ophelia?
But no, it's Ricky as a boy. But it's so funny is that very rarely does anyone ever flirt with me on there. They all will send me a message and they'll be like, "Hey, Ophelia," or what do you do?
You have to go to a different city to use
So it's kind of like it's so.
That's when you go to Craigslist, bitch.
Yeah, to me it's a whole other social thing. Anyway, so Dustin, you did something very exciting this weekend that you want to talk about. So tell us, we're dying to know.
Well, my friend has been working on a documentary for the past couple months. It's about her old professor who is quitting her job as a professor to become a full-time comic.
That's cool.
And so, I mean, she's been doing comedy for the past couple years. Like, I started...
When you say that she's old... is she old or is she...
She's like 40.
Former, you mean
it's
former.
It's her former teacher. That's
former.
Because I'm thinking like old.
No. But they kept in contact, and now she's quitting her job as a professor. Like, this is her last semester to become a full-time comic. So she's filming her around and filming the shows, and I went up to a show last Tuesday, and she won the Battle of the OC comics.
Oh, wow.
So it was
that's huge.
There was like 15 comics up there. It was at the Improv over in Irvine, and she won. And now we're going to have a show down here on the 31st. And
here at the bar?
Here at the bar.
Right.
And we're bringing like 3 of the comics down from there, and like we have 2 comics coming from Vegas, and we're going to film again then. and it's all leading up to her doing this sold out 3 shows in Iowa in her hometown, where cause she's a gay comedian, and she moved out when she came out just because she didn't feel like, because of the culture there and everything like that, so she moved out, and she's been living out here for a while, and she's going back there to do a couple of shows, and I'm stoked on it. It's going to be super fun, and I've become the assistant director now on the film, and I'm working on it.
Did you have to front some money for that?
No. What we're doing right now is actually their fundraising. So they have a Kickstarter page where people can go on and you can pledge money. And basically, once they meet their goal of $4,000, then they get that money, and if you pledge a certain amount, like $50, you get, like, there's a list of things that they're going to give you, and it goes up as you do it. Like, Julian is one of the people who actually has donated a decent amount, and is getting, like, all this stuff back from it, including, like, copies of the DVD and exclusive, like, screening of the film when it comes out.
So how much did he donate? You could tell us, because his tip now is going to start.
Yeah.
How much did you donate?
It was good enough.
Like $100?
It was like $200.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's good.
So she went from being a professor to quitting to be a comic?
Yeah, well, she was already doing comedy and stuff like that, but now she's quitting being a professor altogether to just do stand-up all the time.
So she changed her name to the Nutty Professor?
No. She's really good, though. I just went up today and actually filmed in her class, and it's awesome because, like, you see, like, everyone in her class is actually bummed that she's not going to teach anymore.
What does she teach?
I went to her Speech 1 class, and it's at Saddleback College, and every person in there is like sitting in there, and they love, like, it was an optional class today because we were filming, and her entire class still showed up. So it's optional. Cool. They don't have to be there, but they wanted to be there to support her, and they all came out to her show. Like, she brought like 265 people or something like that to the last show last Tuesday, like on a Tuesday night.
What a great teaching opportunity, though, for kids in that class, for someone who stands up and does that type of performance.
Oh yeah, and they all, like, love her, and it's so easy to see that. And, like, if you talk to her for like 5 minutes, you're like, you're awesome, like, I want to be around you more often.
So what grade does she teach? So it's college.
It's college.
Oh.
So it's just like there's kids in her class as young as 19, and some, I think the oldest one I met was like 33. Nice. But they're all like, and they become friends because of the way she, like, runs this class, that they all, like, go and hang out together afterwards and everything like that. It's really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Kickstarter?
I have, yeah.
Have you heard of Kickstarter? Have you? Kickstarter is actually a really brilliant thing. And a year ago, was it a year ago? We had this guy who, now I can't think of his name at all.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, Scooter Brew, who was had just put a thing on Kickstarter. Now, we had not heard about it before, but you go on, and if you have an idea of a business, you try to get investors from this website, and so you basically try to sell. It's like Shark Tank on the internet. And so you have to get all of these investors to reach your goal, and if you reach your goal, then you get that money, and then you can do your project. And if you don't, if, like, the goal isn't met, then you aren't, like, obligated. You
can't get any of it.
Right.
And I think they're saying that theirs is only, like, a certain amount of you only get, like, a certain amount of time from when you start it to your goal, and if you don't get it, you don't get any of that money.
Where does the money go? Back to the investors?
Yeah. It doesn't get taken out until you meet the goal.
Right.
So it's like a pledge, and then as soon as, like, the goal is met, it gets taken out of everyone's account.
How does Kickstarter make money?
They've got to make a percentage of it. They've got to make.
You probably have to, like, pay maybe to have one. I don't really, like, I didn't start it or anything like that.
It's a brilliant thing.
I have a friend that did a movie about baking bread, and it totally worked, and they're making their movie.
But just check out Kickstarter. Yeah. But what he now is teams up with Chris Shaw, and he is the brewmaster of the bar that's opening up that Chris Shaw is opening.
It's opening soon.
Yeah. Chris Brewery. So it's kind of funny how that all, you know.
Yeah. It's a really cool site the way it's done, and it's awesome because they link it to, like, their blog that they're doing for all this, but there's so much, like, you can link stuff to it, and you can put all these rewards on there for people. So, like, someone pledges $5, you can give them this, and you just put it all on there, so, like, they see that, they click on whatever they want to do, they pledge the money, and then when it comes down to it, if you meet your goal, take it. If not.
So if you could start a business and put it on there,
yeah,
what would you do?
If I could start, like,
if you were going to put something on Kickstarter because you wanted to get some investors, what would it be?
Wow, on the
Everyone
spot.
think
On the
ahead,
spot,
because
go.
this is going to everyone, so it's going to come around the table.
I don't. I'd probably want to like a bar or restaurant. I mean, that's like what I've done for most of my life. Like, and it'd be awesome to be able to.
What's in your family blood?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like it's been something that my family's done, so why not keep it going?
forever.
I want to come work in your bar.
Yeah. But no, you would have to put it on Kickstarters to start your own something. So if you could start your own.
I've been in education, so my entire career has been education. So I don't
private school.
Yeah, like a charter school. But even then, I don't like. I think if I did something else, I'd want to do something else entirely. So I'm gonna come work in your bar. I'm still going with that. I'm behind your Kickstarter. There we go.
You're behind the Kickstarter.
We'll have 2 for all 1.
Yeah, there you go. What would you do?
I'd have my own wine business. There's so many things. My own bar, restaurant. I grew up in the industry as well. So what I do best. Catering businesses, all sorts of things. I just made a diaper cake for my friend's baby shower and it turned out beautiful. I could start a diaper cake business.
I'm sorry, diaper cake.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Cakes made out of diaper.
That man put 150 biodegradable diapers because they're lesbians. They have to be biodegradable diapers. And it actually looks like a cake. There were flowers and it was really pretty.
I've asked, they weren't used. They're clean diapers. I already asked that question.
But it's a lot of work. How long did it take to make
It took, I had to get all the stuff. Drive all over town to find the biodegradable diapers. That was a nightmare.
They didn't have them at Target?
They didn't have them at Babies R Us. They advertise them on the site and then you get there and they don't have them. And I ended up getting them at Henry's, which was odd. And I had to reserve them and go to 3 different Henrys to get the diapers. So I got them, and then I'd go to the dollar store and get flowers, and go to Michael's and get ribbon. It took a lot of time. It took about 3 hours to construct the cake, and it just turned out beautiful.
It looked awesome.
But I think that I could get really fast at making it. Everyone saw it's like, you should go into business. There we go.
There's your
Kickstarter.
I don't know if I'd want to play with that many diapers all day long.
I've been to a lot of baby showers, and I don't think I've ever seen a damn diaper cake.
You have never seen one?
I have not. I have not.
And what business would you start?
I'm actually already talking to somebody about starting a business. I forgot to mention it. I was going to mention it last week.
What kind of business?
There's this guy that we look around, and there's no store especially for cross-dressers, drag queens, nothing like that. But he wants to go into opening a store where they have like the right makeup, the accessories like nylon stockings, wigs, dresses made to fit your body, So
would you, because we talked about that, which I also think it's going to be a topic I actually want to talk about. So actually, why don't we take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the topic, because I think that's a brilliant idea.
It's a great idea.
I think that it could be really involved into a lot of other things. So let's take a break, and we're going to come back, and then we're going to talk about that. And we're back. All right, so before we left, we were talking about you wanted to start a business where cross-dressers could go and
get the right tools.
Get all the right tools. I also think that it would be great to have a place, and then this whole spike during our little break, this spike, I've done a bunch of other conversations. I think it would be really great is if there was also a place where they could get ready.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of places, a lot of cross-dressers that are straight, if you will, but they like to dress up, that they could go and buy things and
get ready.
Yeah.
And then here's the other thing that we're thinking about doing in there too, is teaching them how to do their own makeup.
Yeah.
Right.
But what if you charge them to do their makeup for them?
It's still an option there, but
straight women could come and join that program.
Oh, yeah. And brides.
I would do that.
We'll be taking care of the wigs, and then because a lot of people that I know, they like the wigs that they kind of look natural. Not like those drag
like
queens.
Mine?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I noticed Maria or the Granada wigs downtown, they don't do that flowy wig thing, they look shiny and they're they just got out of the package. So we know how to make them look like they've been worn and they look natural, and then it's not all stiff with the hairspray and everything. And then the makeup and fit to made. No, what is it? Made to fit dresses and
dresses.
All that.
Yeah, I think that would be a great.
It's a great idea.
And show him how to pad and all that.
Yeah.
How to tug.
You could put that on.
I would like that too. I'm gonna come take that class.
You would take that class too.
I'm not even a cross-dresser, but I'd like to go and have you make clothes that fit me. It's hard to do.
I think it would be great. I think that people would actually go for a lot of different things other than,
Yeah, just hair and stuff. Yeah, and we're already looking into places in North Park and stuff. He's already working on the permits and everything.
So that would be really good. You know where it would have been a great place to do it is that, now it's a vet shop, but that old bathhouse.
But that's too big of a place,
I don't know. I'm thinking that if you had like rooms where people could go and get ready, you could rent out the rooms.
Where Maria's old wig store used to be, like right next door to where she has it right now?
Yeah.
I think a place that size, it'll be
that's
to
good
work with, to begin with.
Oh, I don't know. I would have done the Mustang, and then because there's a pool in there, and you can put like little.
It's filled already.
It's a bathhouse.
You haven't been in.
What's a bathhouse?
No, it's back to a bathhouse.
Yeah,
You like
back to a bathhouse.
rooms and pools.
That's what I would do. I would put on Kickstarter that I want to start a bathhouse.
Then you want to start like a cross-dressing bathhouse.
You'd have your
I would just. That's what I would do. I want a big.
They have those parties and the sex parties, and then they get the cross-dressers get there 2 hours before so they can get ready there.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah.
Someone's pounding on the window behind me.
The party
nervous.
The party starts at 9, and then they're open at 7. So they.
Are those parties still going on?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the first Saturday of every month. I'll give you the address.
Yeah, no, I would never go to one of those.
Really?
No. Do you know? Oh no. Girl. I'm way too known. Hell, I can't even go and scruff without people being like,
people that go into those parties are not the typical Hillcrest crowd.
Well, that's good.
So.
They still know who I was. And your business, on that, you would...
The joke business?
You would do I thought it was a lesbian store.
Well, no, I would like I think it's hard, for me personally, because I'm not a petite lady by any means, but I'm not ginormous. I'm just kind of in that in between, and I don't like to dress butch nor femme. I'm kind of in the middle, right? I like to dress like Ellen. I would like to dress like Ellen. Where do you do that unless you go to H&M? But I can't fit into the tailored men's clothes at H&M because I'm too big in the middle, so it doesn't work. So I kind of find it hard to find clothing that I feel good in. So I think it'd be nice to have a store and I think there's probably a lot of people like me. Let's see if you find me an outfit I feel good, I'll support it on the show.
Okay. But you were also mentioning about the sex toys, which is a whole.
This was like a joke that I came up with my friend. We came up with an idea, and it's probably not even legal. I'm talking about it now. We're going to call it repackage your package, because as a lesbian, I find that if you have sex toys with a partner and then you break up and you keep the one that's fortunate enough to keep the toys, next person you're with won't let you use them because they say, well, who'd you use that on? So you would send it to repackage your package, and they would clean the toys and hermetically seal them and repackage them and send them back. So you can say to your new partner, oh, look, I got us new sex toys.
See, I think that is brilliant.
Repackage your package, yeah.
But you don't, okay, so
maybe it's legal.
Do you use sex toys?
No.
No, have you ever used sex toys?
No.
Even if a girl has been like, we want you to do,
you can fuck me in that and fuck my pussy.
Is that like
they would never, you wouldn't use a sex toy on somebody else?
I said I've never done it.
But you would.
I guess I'd be open at least to the idea of it for discussion.
What if someone wanted to play with a toy on you?
Probably not.
Well, not in you, but on, like they wanted to.
What if she handed you something that was just like, I'm into this? Would that be bad?
What if
like what?
She wants to give you a blowjob and finger your ass at the same time.
I'm gonna say no to that one.
You're gonna say no to that one. His dad watches this show. Okay, but like, what if somebody wanted you to use a vibrator on them? Would you?
I guess I'd be open to it, probably. Like, depending on it depends on, I guess, the relationship with that person.
Depending on where they want to put it.
But why would that bother you if she wants it?
To use it on them.
Her.
Oh, if I still am, then then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
If it's like no, it's like do this instead. I don't really see the point.
Yeah,
no, it's not usually instead. It's usually and.
Yeah.
And so you obviously have sex toys.
No.
But I mean, okay.
I don't like toys.
But you're also married, so if you were to break up. Because obviously we just found out that lesbians will not share sex toys.
Well, I don't know about most of them, yeah. That stuff's expensive.
That's a lot
They're
of waste of money.
expensive, yeah.
Would you, what would happen with the sex toys? Would you keep the sex toys, or would you send them with...
Wow. Interesting question, because I'm pretty sure that it would be time to update anyway. So I think it would be starting over.
your
Yeah,
shit
it would be.
with you.
Well, then when you break up, they always say, "Throw that out, throw that out." You gotta throw those out.
No, not Bill. Don't throw Bill away. I like him.
See, I don't think that gay boys, I could be wrong. I'm not a fan of toys myself because I'm like, I want the real thing. But I don't think that toys, I don't know. I think gay boys, they share their toys. I mean, I don't think that it matters. In fact, I don't even think they care if it's clean.
Men get to reuse their penis, right? So
condoms are for toys too.
I think it's difference of acceptability and cleanliness between men and women in general. I think that is probably, I don't know, maybe I'm overgeneralizing, but it just is. There's a certain level, it seems to me, that men are more okay with than women are.
Yeah, because I think it's easier for a woman to get a vaginal infection
That's probably it. There's
than a guy to get an infection on his ass. Let's call it like it is.
Well, I say,
Just
throw
take
it in the
antibiotics,
dishwasher
and there it
you're
is.
fine.
repackage your package.
Yeah.
Repackage your package.
Yeah, no.
I just, that's very,
Solves the
it's
problem.
recycling. It's, you know.
It's
very-
green.
And then, but then you
Lesbians
get
like
to-
green businesses.
But then don't you think you get toys that then you, like, if you've had a toy for a very long time, it becomes like,
Part of you.
but I don't want to say it's part of you, but, you know, it becomes like your
It
favorite
gets a
toy.
name
And then,
like Bill.
yeah.
You
Yeah, it gets a
You
name.
know, when you name it, it's part of you.
It gets a special place in the drawer. It gets a hand
A really
wash.
nice silk wrap.
Yeah. All right, so enough of that. All right, so, but speaking about gay boys and all of that, which I think would be interesting to hear your guys' opinion, and I am not going to say anything on it. I'm going to try to be as good as I can. Pride this year, I'm going to try to be very good. Pride this year has decided to hire an outside vendor to come in and handle all of their alcohol and water sales. Prior years, this has all been done by organizations, gay organizations, that have used it as a fundraising thing. So, the swimming team and the football team and like all of the organizations, the rodeo, many organizations. And so this will be the first year that all of the organizations cannot raise money that way, so they're out. And then we have an outside vendor coming in, and then they're going to, I guess, give a percentage of the alcohol sales to Pride.
Just a percentage of it, though?
Just a percentage of it.
Who's the outside vendor?
Well, that has not been released yet.
It's kind of bullshit,
is it
really,
open to
because
bid?
Different
Is that
It's
Strokes,
done. It's a done deal.
Different Strokes swim team has done that for so many years, and they're cute about it. Like they have, they're really cute about selling their waters, and you're supporting Different Strokes, and it's going to Pride.
But
Why would we take it out of our community? Is it a gay organization?
I'm going to say that it is not. And that's, I don't know, I don't know.
But do you know why Pride is doing it?
Because they're lazy and they don't want to organize it all, probably.
Honestly, my guess would be that it's a bid issue and they could make money
Because
off
they
of
got
that.
more
So
money.
somebody
Yeah.
bid to come in and sell that, and they gave it to the highest bidder.
Because they can get sponsorships from certain companies,
I
so
think
they'll
they're just
have.
being lazy this year, because this year they're having all the talent in one same stage. They're not even having normally they have a Latin stage, they have another stage here, and then the main stage. This year they're having all of the stages together.
Yeah.
So I think they're just being lazy this year.
Dustin, what's your feeling on it?
Maybe, I don't know. I just kind of wonder, why? Maybe was there a lack in people maybe who wanted to volunteer, and to do this, and that's why they went out and did this? Because that could, that could have happened, They could have been listen, we only have maybe just the swim team or something like that, and a couple people, and that's not enough to do this. So because people weren't maybe as proactive, they'll be like, okay, we're gonna hire someone else.
Maybe they have more control of what's going in and out. They know what the number.
Yeah.
They know we have this many bottles of water to sell. So if we sell them all, this is what we're going to make. Whereas if you have swim team, well, maybe those jerks kept an extra 1,000 for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think that because I obviously have worked with the rodeo mainly with their sales, and I do know that the alcohol sales that the Pride has done is almost $200,000 in sales that they do. And the rodeo, for example, last year got just under $5,000 because they get a percentage of the alcohol that they sell. But they're also charged, I mean, and out of that, the rodeo still pays for the fencing, and they have to do security, and they've got to do like all of that kind of stuff. And the same thing with like different strokes and all of the things. So all of those places, all of those organizations are really out a couple of $1,000s in fundraising money that they all need. I mean, different strokes especially, and you know, a lot of them.
And it's good visibility for those organizations as well. That's how I found Different Strokes when I first moved here, '96. I found Different Strokes swim team from Pride, and I was like, oh yeah, just from being there and talking to the guy selling the water, and then I went and joined.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not pleased about it.
I don't
think
like
it's ridiculous.
There's got to be a reason.
I think it
doesn't
should
make
be
any
volunteers
sense.
as well. Like it just seems.
They should focus their energy on getting donations. They're a charity. I mean, you can get we are like we talked about, the biggest craft brew state in the United States. You could get a lot of donations from some of those breweries, and probably have them mostly hosted by the brewery beer garden, because they get to advertise their brands at a big event.
The idea, I was just getting a note, the idea behind Pride is money back to the community, but they're not giving money back to the community. I mean, it's going to be less money back to the community.
See, and I don't mean to sound bitter, but it seems to me like someone's making money off of it somewhere.
It's not just
there's
money.
always been volunteers in the past, so I don't think that it would be that no one stepped up this year. I feel like there's something somewhere that made some money, and I don't know where that is, but it's always seems to be always follow the money trail.
There's always a lot of volunteers.
I feel like it's not just money back to the community. I think it's also visibility for the community and for the organizations of the community.
Right. Well, and the other part about Pride, which I find even more fascinating and upsetting, is, you know, so they've taken this away from parts of the group. But, you know, there are many organizations this year that are not going to be in the parade, because they've also raised the prices to actually be in the parade. So you have nonprofits that all year make money, you know, that fundraise and do money to give back to the community, and then you have an organization which is about celebrating the community, which is literally gouging these nonprofits and to pay to be in the parade. I mean, we're talking a couple $100s, which doesn't sound like a lot, but then, you know, you get the people and you get your stuff, and, you know, I mean, you're looking at $1,500 to be in the parade for an organization that doesn't have that. So, I mean, I just think that Pride has lost touch.
I think once you get to be a bigger market venue, it becomes a money issue.
It's a big
again.
business.
So so now all of a sudden it's, oh, we're gonna charge this much, and we're only gonna have the high end, and we're, you know, you don't give back to the same groups of community members that you would normally give, and it loses what it started out to be.
Right. Which is why I love City Fest.
I'll be here. I love City Fest.
I do too.
It's so much fun. It'll be interesting to read what they're really doing with that. I haven't seen anything about it. Who the vendor is.
You're going to start reading a bunch.
What their reasoning is.
Yeah, they'll probably come out with at least more information about it and everything, or some kind of release. I hope.
They're also, Pride is actually trying to keep it on the hush hush. So, majorly. But anyways, and speaking of Pride, they went to erect a 50-foot Pride flag up in Hillcrest on the corner of Normal and University.
Between Gossip Grill and 7-Eleven, right?
Yes, between Gossip Grill, right there on the corner. The one where they just spent a couple $1 million putting in those 12 parking spots. I think, yeah, those...
The reserved ones?
There are 12 spots, and they cost just under $6 million to build those 12 spots. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Permitting, and yeah, it was a big thing in the paper.
It's expensive to paint those slanty lines.
Yeah. You gotta pay.
Complicated.
To do that. It's crazy.
Oh. Paint's not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
And the slant and angle has to be measured exactly.
You gotta have like the right kind of like protractor and things like that.
And then those machines to charge you, those cost money too. But now they want to put a big flag there.
But why isn't it in between a university? It could be at on the other side, on University.
Well, I don't really care where they put the flag. I think it's
well, because it's one end. I think that's like the beginning. Like that used to be like the really shitty part of Hillcrest. It's really shady, right? And now it's kind of nice over there.
Well, I think
that's where the center is.
The reason is because they have the Hillcrest sign down here, which a lot of people are actually complaining about, and then they wanted something down there because people are complaining about the Hillcrest sign. That's all other topic. Oh, it's too bright. It's too but people will complain.
The neon lights and all that.
Yeah.
We all have something to say.
But the flag that they want to put up is going to be outrageously expensive, and they have to replace the flag. Pride, which doesn't have very much money, will maintain it on a yearly basis, so they'll pay to have that maintained.
But they raise their own money for this flag.
Yes.
It's not the money from the city or the taxpayers. It was all money raised for this flag.
Correct. And it's been turned down twice now by the Hillcrest Planning Committee. Should they drop it, or should the flag people continue on and go down to city council? And what's your viewpoint?
Well, I actually like it. I'm kind of back and forth on certain issues about it, but to me, it just symbolizes this neighborhood that's been very important to me. I moved to San Diego from Kansas City because I knew I'd be accepted here as a gay person. And so Hillcrest, even I've lived in Hillcrest and outside of Hillcrest, but when I come to Hillcrest, I feel very accepted, and I know things have changed in gay communities. Like we always had gay bars to go to, and there's a lot less of that now that people are more accepted everywhere. But to me, it just symbolizes a place where I feel safe and I feel proud to be a part of the community. And I think personally it's good. I can see how certain businesses that aren't even gay might be like, well, what's this gay pride flag? But they're part of this community too, and it's a big part of this community. And so for me, it just symbolizes something that feels cozy to me. Feels good, personally.
Okay. What do you think about it?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care. Everybody knows once you pass Park Boulevard, it's gay craze. So I don't think you need a big flag to tell you you're in gay town.
But you think some kid from Kansas flies in and they're like, whoa!
If you're gay and
welcome.
If you're looking for the gay area in San Diego, you will find out where the gay area is. You don't need a flag to tell you where the gay area is. All you have to do is Google gay area San Diego.
You just have to look at where most people are on Grindr, and that's where you go.
There you go.
What do you guys think about it?
You know, I'm just reading it initially. I just thought, oh, well, okay. I mean, it wasn't either an issue or a non-issue for me, but I know that there's some concern about how much it costs and like why spend your money on that when it could be spent somewhere else. So, and friends of mine have mentioned that. So I'm like, oh, interesting. Okay. But other than that,
I mean, if they're raising the money for the flag, so if someone's donating money towards it, that's obviously what they want. I don't understand, like, for multiple reasons, like, I don't understand why people are really against it, because at the same time, like, when it comes to, like, summer and pride and everything like that, every business has their own rainbow flag outside. So what if people are like, no, we don't want rainbow flags out of this single one, we'll just have 500 of them up and down the street, but we're okay with that. We just don't want this pole that's going to be there all the time. But it's still, like, everyone knows what it is. I don't understand what anyone would have against it. I guess. But if they're being fought so much, like going to city council and like putting in all that effort for it, it almost just seems like, why bother? You know what I mean? Because, you know, everyone still knows what the place is. It's not like hidden or anything like that, and everyone who's here wants to be here for that reason. So they can just like put in effort to maybe something else if people are going to keep fighting them, because you're not going to change stubborn people's minds. I've always felt that way. So why try? Just go to something else and do something better.
I think two things, which actually you just brought up, which is kind of interesting. My mom always said, if you have hurdles, you have hurdles for a reason. Like, to think about that. So that's something that they should think about. The other part of it is, I agree with everyone that, you know, the money is raised independently for that. So that's kind of, you know, what it's all about. I think that I have two main issues with it. One, you know, San Francisco already is doing that. New York is already doing that. I mean, those two cities have their big flags, and you can go there. We're San Diego. Let's come up with something a little bit more a Baja.
Something us.
And do it that way. I mean, why?
Like some gay Marines hugging or something.
It could be that. I think that would be brilliant. I mean, I don't know. I think that, you know, the one thing that I like about Hillcrest is how inviting it is to everyone, and that it's not, you know, that, I mean, if you come down here on a Friday and Saturday night, you see just as many straight couples in restaurants having dinner as you do gay people.
Yeah, but if it weren't for gay people, it wouldn't even be a cool neighborhood. Straight people and yuppies wouldn't be
and
there.
that could be true. But I mean, if it also wasn't for the straight doctors who came back here in the 30s and built it all up, it wouldn't have been her.
Right.
You know, we wouldn't have that. So I mean, we can go.
It has its own insight.
Yeah, I mean, it all has its thing. But I've always liked that about Hillcrest, that it is inclusive of everyone. And so to put up a gay symbol,
You feel like it's excluding others.
it's excluding a part of the community, and I'm going to the straight side, the community that has been so supportive.
Well, straight
of our
people need a
community.
freaking flag, and then there
No, it's
won't be
our
a
side
problem. They can
versus your
fly
side
it like
now.
right next to it.
But you know, and then I go, and then I'm going to sound I'm going to get some hate mail in it. You know, we all have a flag. It's called the American flag. You know, where is that in Hillcrest? Why do we not have a huge American flag flying over that? You know, why are we, you know, when they go to the games and all that stuff, that's the best part. You know, when they're playing, you know, when they're doing the flag and all of that, that's what it's all about. That's the flag.
What if it was like a pink Hillcrest flag?
Anyways, we're going to take a break. And we're going to come back and talk about hoodlums in school. And we're back. We are back. All right, so you're in education, vice principal of high school?
Yes.
Or in elementary school?
High school.
Yeah, which I think is hot.
That's kind of sexy.
Yeah, it is kind of sexy, yeah.
You look young too, and perky.
Yes, I am.
So this-
Super young and super perky.
Yeah, young and perky. So a couple of quick things
How many of this
that we're
have
talking
you
about education. Because none of us have kids. Well, do you have kids?
I do not have kids.
No, that's good. Because you know your mom would beat your ass if you had. I'm just kidding. His mom owns the bar, so they're very, you know. You have to understand her to understand that Dustin came home and said, oops. She'd be like, oops, you're out. One day you're in, the next day you're out. Yeah. Anyway, so kids in school, there's been all sorts of little things that have been driving me crazy. So we'll get your take on them. One, did you hear about the cheerleader today? Which I know, I just bring this up because I was thinking about it. That cheerleader she was a teacher and also a cheerleader, and she had sex with one of her students.
Awesome.
And her husband, who
Awesome.
who is hot, by the way, they're both very hot, is now, who is all quiet today. He's decided that he's going to divorce her, and he's like talking about it. But it was kind of funny. Would
be
you
a
ever have sex
Scout
with one
leader.
of your students?
Here's well, actually, no. Here's the thing.
There's got to be a line, I would say.
I think I don't get the female teachers and the
Male students.
young males, because you kind of want someone with some experience, because younger guys tend to just be done. The end. So I don't get. Yeah. I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get it, and no, not interested in that. And
so, on that same thing, what if you knew, which is, we're going to go to all of us, because if you knew that someone was having sex with someone that they shouldn't, for whatever, they were either underage or whatever.
Or it was your own girlfriend.
Yeah. You know what, or, you know, if you knew, just say any sexual situation, either they were underage and they were doing that, or it was your best friend's other half, or, you know, whatever. Would you tell someone, or would you pretend like you didn't know that it was going on?
If it's none of my business, I don't care.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't say?
Other people's shit is other people's shit, but when it comes down to kids and a teacher, I mean, that's a little iffy. That seems like ego power trip pedophile shit to me. You know,
I would ask
there's
for
a line
photos
there.
first.
Yeah,
That's what I would be like. Take photos and then.
there's a line there.
I'm a mandated reporter, so
you
it
have
doesn't
to.
matter. Yeah, it does not matter. And for every teacher,
You're boring. All right, so.
I think it would depend on the situation. Like, depending, like, okay, if it was, say, one of my best friends and, like, his girlfriend, I found out she was hooking up with someone else, yeah, I'm gonna tell him. If I knew for a fact that it was happening,
right.
If I just heard as a rumor, I don't know. But if I knew for a fact it was happening, like I saw it with my own eyes, there's no reason, like, I'm not gonna let someone who I care about get further hurt or, like, betrayed or something like that. But if it's someone who, like, I just, like, knew about it or something like that, but I had no, like, real connection with them, I'd probably, I mean, that's like their business. If I don't, like, if I'm not going to be, like, having to deal with someone being upset about it, I don't really care.
I'm saying I'm not getting involved. I don't care. I don't know. I have enough drama. I don't need it. 2 other cases. One was here in San Diego, out in the East County, which we talked about the other day. A bully was out on the playground and was bullying a kid. There was 3 of them bullying this one kid, and they threw his homework in the trash can and yada yada yada. One of the teachers called this kid into the classroom, and the kid turned on his recorder on his phone and started to record the teacher saying basically that he wanted to punch the kid and that he was being a moron and that, you know, that he was always causing problems and yada yada yada, and really yelling at the kid for being an idiot. And the kid then turned and gave that to his mom, who also works at the school, and now they're after to get the teacher fired. What's your thought on that?
Which kid was it? Was it the kid who was, like, bullying outside, or was he the one getting bullied?
He was the one bullying the kid. The one that was getting yelled at was bullying the kid.
The bully was being yelled at.
I feel like there's definitely a line, and I mean, I haven't heard the recording, so I don't know whether or not that line was crossed in, like, maybe the way they were talking to each other or anything like that. But at the same time, you got to get through to someone like that, and if you've tried other ways and you can't get through to him, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Like, he's putting other people in risk, like, by bullying them and treating people bad. You don't know what could happen down the line. Like, kids don't think of the stuff that puts onto someone. So I mean, if he's known for bullying and, like, ruining kids' lives, like, something needs to happen.
Right. What do you think?
I think there's no safe harbor. I mean, there's no spot where you can say what you're really thinking in education. I mean, and that's the reality. So there's never a time where you can say, you're being an asshole, you know, you better knock it off, because you never know who's going to be taping something. And no matter how right you might be, when it comes back to you, it never, you know, it gets to the press, it never makes you look like you have the kid's best interest at heart. And you're supposed to be there for the kids no matter what, even bully, victim, everybody. So it's a little harder to defend when no matter how right you might be, when you're put on the spot with just that piece saying, right, like, oh,
that's a problem. That's
I want to punch you in the face. Like, you're an adult, you're still the adult, you know, you can't quite, yeah, I mean, no matter how correct.
If I say you want to kick someone, I think that they should. I just think the problem is that, and you could agree or disagree, I think that we have given kids too much rights. We've given them more rights than the adults that are supposed to supervise them. Both parents and in education and all of that. We definitely have given the kids too much rights. You know, it's like that other case, that one guy that was accusing some teacher, this was a couple years ago, of molesting. And it was like the second or third time that the kid had accused a teacher of molesting them. And what it all turned out to was the kid just didn't like him. And so they were just like, they touched me. And that teacher, you know, had to go through.
Well, I don't think it's that. I mean, in that case, just keying on that example, I would say part of the problem is so much is given to the media before it's ever investigated. So things you're in the process of doing an investigation and someone's on leave because you have to find out what went on. as a responsible investigator, you have to know, and you're asking the questions. But once you put a teacher on leave, all of a sudden it's all over the media, and that poor person, guilty or innocent, is out there,
right?
And you can't take it back. So everyone has that opinion of that person because it becomes public. So
yeah.
Bitch, I'm
Wake up! And you agree?
I just think, you know, things get really misconstrued when there's a lot of people involved, and it's hard to deal with children, especially, you know, if someone's being mic'd or, you know, something's, you get like a little piece and the media rolls with something and everyone gets behind it, and then, you know, teachers have a hard job. And I'm not saying that the kids are always wrong. They're not. I mean, there's so many scenarios that can happen. It's just really hard as an outside person to gauge what really happened. So.
Right. Yeah, I just think I don't know. I mean, I wonder if as a teacher or whoever, if the tables were turned and they had recorded the kid doing that, it would have been totally, invading their privacy and yada yada yada, and that all would have come down.
Teachers have a hard rap.
They do.
Yeah, hard rap. It's hard.
Well, again, we've given kids too much.
I think so, because I don't know if I told you before, I quit high school because I was being bullied by a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, not very good. Anyways, we're almost out of time.
I have an event to plug.
I know we have all sorts of Cinco de Mayo this weekend.
Yeah.
You're doing something with.
I'm doing an event for Cinco de Mayo at a new restaurant downtown called Village 631. It's owned by two lesbians, and it's Cynthia Hillman and Emma Strong. They're a couple, and it's just a beautiful place. And we're doing an event with Santa Ursula Winery from Ensenada, from the Guadalupe Valley, and it's owned by the Husong family, who owns Husong's Cantina. And so we'll have Carlos Husong and his daughter Christina, the owners of the winery there, and the winemaker. And they're going to have some street tacos and street food, and it's just going to be a really cool event. It starts at noon at Village 631, so downtown.
That'll be good. Are you doing anything for Cinco de Mayo?
My birthday Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
Yes, bitch. And then next Monday, we're staying after party here.
We're totally going to party, girl.
I'm leaving for Palm Springs. I'm going to Palm Springs.
Oh, lovely.
The rodeo.
Say hi to Ed.
Gay rodeo?
Yes, gay rodeo.
For his ass.
Are you in it? Are you doing something?
No. I'm just going. I'm just gonna go and spectate.
Lay in the sun and have a nice time?
No. I'm more involved in that, but I'm not gonna compete. Oh. I sit on the board, so I'm gonna go.
Where do they have it?
In Banning. It's lovely. You can come. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. What are you guys doing for Cinco de Mayo? Well, I know what you're going to be doing, but what are you going to be doing?
It's Latin night here, so.
On Saturday?
On Saturday, yeah. Should be nice and fun. I'll be wearing a sombrero.
I'm getting
You are?
carried out of here Saturday.
Yeah. Very good. All right, well, Jamie, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Did a fabulous job. We hope that Ian, on whatever his thing is tonight, he'll be back next Monday, I guess. We'll have another guest hostess with the mostess. And I think that's all. That's all for me.